Hello, this is Bradley Balin. This is going to be an experimental podcast where I share with my friends who are listening out here some of the stories that come across my desk because they're fun and interesting and give you a better idea of how we might be able to work together. So, a very interesting case that I worked on this week involved a trucker who got an assignment from a freight broker to pick up goods at point A and deliver them to point B. And so the trucker did exactly that. And when he got to point B, there was a mix up, and the recipient was unwilling to receive the goods. And the trucker is only paid for a one-way delivery. After that, he takes another job from the city that he's in and gets paid to deliver the goods to some other city. And so that's basically how it works, is you get paid to deliver goods from A to B, then you get different goods to deliver from B to C, and you get different goods ideally to deliver from C to D, and you keep making money along the way. So what happens when you need to bring goods back from B to A? Well, that's not something that anybody really wants to think about, and particularly not small freight forwarders. So a trucker called me because he was in exactly that kind of a situation. And this was an example how a little common sense can go a very long way. The law in this particular case, as you can imagine, can get very complicated because you have an owner of goods and you have a freight forwarding company, and you have a trucker, and everybody is asserting certain rights to be paid and certain liens on the goods if they're not compensated for their work. And the litigation can become more than the goods, trying to sort out everybody's rights. And so what did we do? The problem was that a trucker has to be on the road. When a truck is not on the road, the trucker loses thousands of dollars. So what did we decide to do? The first thing we needed to do was get the truck back on the road without giving up his rights to get paid by the freight broker. So we arranged for him to speak directly with the owner and explain to the owner that something has to be done with these goods. And if he doesn't get paid, there's going to be a world of problems. So naturally, the owner was like, you can't keep my goods. I want my stuff back. I want it back right away. It's valuable. And so the trucker said, great, I want to give it back to you. I just need to get paid something from all the money that I'm out. And so he made a deal with the owner and was able to get a substantial amount of money from the owner in exchange for driving the goods back to the owner. And now he's able to sue the freight forwarder for all the time that he had to stay at motels and stay with friends and otherwise keep the truck off the road while he was trying to get them to work out some kind of a deal regarding compensation for a truck full of goods that will not be accepted at the destination point. So meanwhile, his truck's back on the road, and that's the important thing, and there's now a lawsuit that will need to be filed. But the long and the short of it is there's two ways to deal with any problem. The first way is to hack away at it blindly and just look up what the law is and spend hours doing that, and then commence long, difficult litigation. And the other way to do it is just to think to yourself, what are the interests of all the people that are involved? And how can we short circuit this thing and just get to the bottom line? And that's not always possible, but even when litigation does happen, you still need to be thoughtful about what papers you're filing and how much it's going to cost and what kind of value it's going to create to do that kind of thing. And so Yeah, so that this was another situation where the outcome was not ideal in that he's still going to have to sue the freight forwarder or take a loss. But at least we got the truck back on the road within a few hours of him calling me. So we consider that to be as successful as we possibly could have had things go. Thank you. Again, I'm Brad Balin, and I very much look forward to anyone who's hearing this giving me your stories and examples of what you do so that I can learn more about you. Thank you.